Okay, this is number 37 from the SLO example. It says simplify the following rational expressions. So with this one, before we can simplify anything, we got to look at this. Can anything be factored? And at most time, an easy way to recognize if it factored can be factored if it has an x squared in it. So I know this one can be factored. And so what we're going to do, we're going to list our A, B, and C. And remember, A is what's in front of the x squared, B is what is in front of the x, and C is just a number. So what is in front of the x squared? If nothing's there, it's always a 1. In front of the x is 11 for B. And C is just that number by itself, which is 18. So what we do, we come in, we factor 18. And remember, to factor 18, we do 1 through 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we get our calculators. And we do 18 divided by each one of them. We're looking for the ones that don't give me a decimal. So 1 and 18, I'm going to change the colors. 1 and 18. And then we do the next one. 18, you put in first, divided by, now it should be divided by 2. And we should get 2 and 9. Okay? 18 divided by 3. We get 3 and 6. 18 divided by 4. We get a decimal. So remember, we mark decimals out. 18 divided by 5. We get a decimal again. We mark it out. 18 divided by 6. We get 3. 18 divided by 7. We're going to get a decimal. We mark it out. 18 divided by 8. We're going to get a decimal. So we mark it out. 18 divided by 9. And we're going to get 2. Okay, so now we're looking for repeaters. Remember what I told you before. Mrs. Rucker and Rucker Mrs. It's the same thing. You just flipped it. So do we have another 1 and 18 or 18 and 1? No. Do we have another 2 and 9 or 9 and 2? Yes. So I would just mark out the last one. Do I have another 3 or 6 or 6 and 3? Yes. So I mark it out. Okay, so these are my possible answers here. 1 and 18, 2 and 9, or 3 and 6. And I need the one that's going to give me 11. So I know 1 and 18. No in the world it can give me 11 if I add it or subtract it. 2 and 9. 2 plus 9 is 11. Okay? So we're going to use 2 and 9. We need to figure out how we're going to get a positive 11. So if we do plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, minus, minus, plus, and we put 2 all the way down, and 9 all the way down, we need the one that's going to give us a positive 11. And it's going to be the first one. So that becomes x plus 2, x plus 9. So what's going to happen is this right here goes away. I'm just going to, it won't let me erase it. But I'm going to mark it out. And I'm going to put x plus 2 in parentheses. And x plus 9. Now I'm looking for anything that is exactly the same that I can mark out. So do I have another x plus 2 somewhere? No. What about another x plus 9? Yes. And they have to be either on top of each other or diagonal, like straight across. Okay? So now I don't have anything else to mark out. So if nothing else to mark out, all you do is multiply straight across. So if you look here, x plus 2 is really left here. X plus 2 times 1. Anything times 1, remember, is the other object. X plus 2. Okay, now x plus 5 is the only thing on the bottom because all we're doing is multiplying straight across. So our answer would be x plus 2 divided by x plus 5. Okay, so let's try letter B. And I'm going to shorten this a little bit just because it's going to take me a while to do this. So I think most people know how to factor. But this is the one that has to factor. We got to factor 24. 1 and 24. 2 and 12. I'm shortening it. 3 and 8. 4 and 6. So those are my factors, and I went ahead and did that for y'all. Everybody else just listed out 1 through 9. Divide 24 by each one of those. And you should get those. Well, I'm looking for my B term, 7. Which one's going to give me a 7? And I think on this one, I might have made a mistake. It might have supposed to be a positive 5. Or negative. Make it a negative 5. Make it a negative 5. So on that one, it should be x squared minus 5x plus 24. And I probably have it changed on the thing, but just so when you see this, you won't be alarmed. Okay? So we need the one that's going to give us a negative 5. So the only one that would give us a negative 5 would be 3 and 8. And when you do the plus, plus, minus, minus, this is what you should get. You should get x plus 3 and x minus 8. Okay? And so I'm going to rewrite this maybe so it'll make it a little bit easier. This big thing here goes away. And I'm left with x plus 3, x minus 8. On the bottom, x minus 4. This is going to be times 1 on top and x plus 3 on the bottom. So now we're looking for things that's going to cancel out. Do we have another x plus 3 on top or bottom? I mean on bottom. Yes. So that cancels out. Any more x minus 8s? No. Any more x minus 4s? No. No more 1s. So all we do now, we multiply straight across. X minus 8 times 1. It is what it is, x minus 8. On the bottom, the only thing we have on the bottom is x minus 4. So we just bring that over. And that will be our final answer. X minus 8 divided by x minus 4. So stop the video. If you need to rewatch it, and do the next two problems.